Welcome, everybody, to the Single on Stiletto Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima, and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single on Stilettos. Today, we have on our show Dwayna Welch, and she's the author of Love Factually, 10 Proven Steps from I Wish to I Do. And today, we're talking about how long should you date around after you meet a man you like? Because I get this question a lot is, I like this guy. Can I just date just him? And so there's a lot of factors that go into this decision-making process. But before we jump into it, Dwayna, I would love for you to tell our audience a little bit about you and what made you write this book, Love Factually.
Well, hi. Thanks for having me on again. I love your audience. Many of them may actually remember that the reason I got into relationship science and applying it to dating life was because mine was a train wreck. And I was tired of that. I was getting a PhD in the social sciences, and it occurred to me that perhaps some people had studied effective dating from a science standpoint, and they had. So I began applying that to my own life, and it worked for me. And then people started asking if they could be my clients, and eventually it became a blog and a book.
Awesome. Well, let's jump into it. So I'm assuming there's not like this straight answer of an exact science of how long a woman should date around when she finally meets a man she likes. Is there?
Yes, it's 3.6 days. No, I'm kidding. No, it's nothing that specific. It's based on what's happening in the relationship rather than timing.
I love that you said that.
For example, to give you a rule of thumb, my husband and I married 4.5 months after the day we met. But so it's not a matter of calendar days, it's a matter of what's going on. But I want to caution women against getting into what I call the mini marriage, which is where you rush to show a lot of commitment really early, and then at your leisure, you figure out this guy isn't the right one for you.
That is so true. And I love that you said it's about the quality and instead of the amount of days or whatever it is, because I find that to be very true when women ask me when they should sleep with a man. I always tell them it's not a matter of number of dates or matter of 3 months. It's honestly the quality and the interactions between you two. So you're saying basically the same thing too about how long should someone date around, right?
Yeah, what I see a lot, and you may see this with your clients as well, but a lot of times, in fact, just earlier this week, someone said to me, I think I kind of like this guy and I feel really guilty about continuing to date other men. Or I think I like this guy, and if he finds out I'm still dating other men, or if I keep my profile up, he'll lose interest. Or if I focus on other opportunities, somehow it's not going to work out with him. And all that is wrong, wrong, wrong. It would be correct if you were dating women.
And we're not, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. I coined, as Seinfeld would say, not that there's anything wrong with that. I coined a term to refer to the mistake of thinking that the opposite sex has the same mating psychology that we do, and that's mating centrism. When women tell me I'm really uncomfortable doing something, what they often mean is because it wouldn't work on me.
Right.
And that's true. It wouldn't work on you because you're a woman, but you're not dating girls.
Mm-hmm.
You're dating women. So given that you're dating men, it's really important to realize that they evolved a very different mating psychology. In most ways, the sexes have the same psychology. But when it comes to mating, there are large global differences that have been observed across time and culture. And one of those differences is how we get involved. So if a man were to say to a woman, I only want to see you, you're the only one for me, the woman might feel like, well, it's a little soon for me to know that, but she's also kind of flattered. If a woman's gut check on that is, oh, hell no, then she's never going to go for that relationship. When men show commitment, that's when women know whether we want a guy or not. Unfortunately, when we show men commitment too quickly, it confuses them. I have so 80% of my clients are male, and I've literally had male clients say, hire me for the express purpose of trying to get them to figure out whether they want to be with a woman. And the reason they can't figure it out is she's right here in their face, and they can't figure it out. So there are several excellent reasons to date around. Whatever it is you're doing right now, just keep doing it. Keep your dating profile up. Stay open to being set up. Whatever it is you're doing right now, keep doing it. And you keep doing it for the following reasons. First of all, it protects your self-esteem. It hurts when you put yourself out there for a man who gets confused and then suddenly loses interest and can't reciprocate your interest. So you're saving yourself pain, for one thing.
So I want to make sure that I'm clear and our audience is clear, is that, are you saying that the women should wait until the man actually says that he wants to be exclusive with her instead of her kind of hinting at it?
Yes, don't hint. In fact, do the opposite of hinting. A lot of women feel guilt that they're still dating around. They feel like somehow they're leading this guy on. So here's how you alleviate that and increase your status in the dating world. Because everyone wants the prom queen. Sorry, true. Everyone wants the woman with high status. The woman with high status has options. Just like if you were interviewing with, say, a male boss, you want a promotion or you want to get a job somewhere, you wouldn't say, I have stopped looking at all the other companies. That wouldn't give you any leverage. That wouldn't be attractive. That would make you look desperate and low value to that employer. And men who are looking at getting seriously involved, they want someone high status who has options. So if you want to have high status, show your options, and at the same time get rid of any niggling feelings of dishonesty that you have. Here's what you do. You say, you and I don't know each other very well yet, but I know a lot of people jump right into dating exclusively, and I don't want to make that mistake. I want to let you know, to be honest, that I keep dating around. I'm dating around right now, and I'm going to keep doing it. And I always do that until I'm interested enough in a man who's asked me to be exclusive that we decide to go forward with that. There, you've laid it out. He doesn't need a trail of jelly beans. He can figure out how to ask you out. He can figure out how to ask you to be exclusive. He can figure out how to propose. Men who love you and like you don't need your prompting. And if they do need your prompting, it's going to be a long haul.
Well, exactly. And especially if, what I always tell the ladies, because I always get this asked this question too, and I'm sure you do too, Doina, is should I, they don't use these exact words, but back them into a corner and, make it and ask him like in an ultimatum type of way, right? That's a no-win. Even if he says yes, at some point he's going to go, what did I just do? And he's going to back out at some point.
You don't want someone to feel like they're with you because they were shackled to you.
Well, that is true.
All of us want somebody who freely chose us, and the way to have a man freely choose you is in the face of competition. He decided he wanted you more than anyone else, and he chose that.
And is it true, because women ask me this all the time, are men innately competitive so that if they feel competition, they'll want to win you over even more so? If obviously you're the right woman for them, right?
Yes, that last part you said is so important. There's no way to manipulate, cajole, plead, beg, whine a man into loving you. You can cajole and manipulate a man into staying with you. Such a bad plan.
Yeah.
But you can't manipulate a man into loving you. In fact, a lot of times when women tell me they don't like hard to get, they say it's because they feel it's manipulative. I feel that it's manipulative to drop your whole life, stare at a man, and try to coerce him into being your man. Whereas if you just go and live your life and have other options and let him know about it, he'll figure out if he wants to be your man.
Well, and also, this is what I always say, and we'll end on this note, is that, ladies, if you're the best version of yourself, he will see that you're so great and you're the only woman that he wants to be with, and he will probably ask you sooner than later to be exclusive without you even having to put pressure on him or kind of hint at it. Right, Doina?
Yeah, if you have to pressure him, the answer is no, move on.
I know. Well, and I've heard other dating coaches actually say that if you have to ask, the answer is probably no anyways, right?
Yeah.
So, Doina, these have been some great tips. So tell our audience how they can find you and your awesome book.
Thanks. Well, you can find me and my book at lovefactually with an F.co, lovefactually.co, and you'll see other links that you can follow there, but you can get a free chapter of the book there, for example.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Doina, for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. Thanks everyone for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you'd like to view the videos, you can go to singleandstilettos.com. If you'd like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. And if you would like to get our free ebook on the 3 secrets guaranteed to attract any man based on scientific research, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.